So for our situation analysis, CityMed Enterprises will be established due to a necessity that was present in the market during a relevant time period. As the pandemic started to affect consumers worldwide, we have noticed the increase in need of medical supplies such as face masks, isopropyl alcohol, and face shields, to mention a few. So for our current organizational mission is to provide quality medical supplies to the consumers at the right price that is accessible to the majority. Current ownership and management, so partnership and physical store. And current goods category consists of medical supplies such as face masks, face shield, alcohol, and etc.
Moving on to the SWOT analysis, we have strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. With the strength we have offers a wide range of branded and generic drugs as well as medical supplies and equipment. A current economy appropriate company model. It has affordable prices and a successful distribution strategy. For its weaknesses, the product faces a stiff competition from existing reliable brands. There is also a lack of experience since product is new to the market. Reliability is also one of the weaknesses, as well as sustainability of the product distribution. For the opportunities, we have the ever-increasing body of people using medication, as well as wholesale distribution. Lastly, for the threats, we have the strength of existing competitors as well as customer perception.
Now we move on to chapter 3, which is explaining the business objectives for CityMed Enterprises. Now for CityMed Enterprises, we plan to expand operations towards the whole Visayas area. Also, initially establishing social media and market presence in Cebu. This is to ensure that our expansion towards the Visayas areas will be also successful. Next, we also want to successfully have CityMed be recognized as the best option for medical supplies. And aside from that, establish CityMed as the main distributors of medical supplies in Cebu City. The initial physical store for CityMed Enterprises is currently stationed in Cebu City, where we plan to establish more stores as said in the objectives around Cebu and neighboring cities. After the 5-year mark, this is where we expand towards select areas in Visayas, especially in Tacloban City, given it is the closest to our main supplier, Samli Enterprises, which is stationed in the heart of Tacloban.
Now let us proceed to Chapter 4, the identification of customers. Mass marketing. The nature of the products to be sold are widely consumed items such as generic drugs and medical supplies and equipment. In line with this, the marketing strategy to be used is mass marketing. Mass marketing strategy aims to appeal to the largest portion of the market while ignoring niche demographic differences in order to reach the highest number of potential customers possible. This marketing strategy focuses on high sales volume at lower price points. Because drugs and medical supplies are considered a necessity, which means that a large number of people will be purchasing it regardless of what marketing segment they belong to, mass marketing strategy is the most effective strategy to use. The customers identified for the business are the local residents in Cebu City, including tourists, since the business will be operating within Cebu City only. In short, the target market are the Generation Z, the Millennials, and the Generation X.
So for our overall strategy, so I'll start off with location strategy. So CityMed Enterprise will be located in Cebu City, mainly near hospitals, shopping centers, chain stores. Since chain stores bring in consumers who are primarily looking for something to help them with their ailments, sales of business will improve and will be noticeable.
Promotional strategies to be used are advertising, public relations, personal selling, and sales promotion. The type of advertising to be utilized for now in the business is social media advertising, for the reason that it is the most accessible and cost the least for the owners. It also has a wide reach of audience as well as exposure in most of the market segments, which is extremely helpful for a business using a mass marketing strategy. Creating social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, developing contents, posting of products, gaining followers, post boasting are the steps to take in creating social media advertising. For public relations, social media will also be used. This lets the business owners bypass the media and go straight to the customers. Using social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter allows us to follow and be followed by journalists, drive web traffic, manage issues by responding quickly to criticisms or negative perceptions, and increase exposure for CityMed's enterprise. Engaging local stakeholders and decision makers help build profile and level of influence, helping us to attract more customers through word of mouth and ensuring our business interests are factored into community decision making. In the area of personal selling, sales staff will help customers choose the best product according to their own needs and wants. In sales promotion, the business will make use of discounted products, giving customers a bargain as they avail the products. This type of sales promotion is also one of the most popular among the sales promotion techniques. The buy more, save more kind of deal will also be effective in enticing customers to purchase in larger quantities. These two techniques mentioned will be applied along the timeline of the business operation. Another few sales promotion techniques will also be added, such as loyalty points and coupon giveaways further down the line of operation as the business will become larger and more established.
We move on to technological environment, where we plan to adopt a retail management information system as the company grows to keep track of our purchases, inventories, sales, deliveries, and other transactions. Regardless of the threats of applying constant improvements in our operations, within the business, technology has been proven to improve the overall performance of management, especially with companies handling goods and retail. Given the variety of products being carried in the enterprise, inventory management softwares can be and is one of our primary programs to acquire in order to help us in keeping track of the following: stocks, availability, restock scheduling, and of course, sales performance. We move forward to the specific activities to be done within CityMed Enterprises. First up, we have deciding which products to offer in the store. It is known that offering a wide selection of products to the consumers is a great way to attract customers with the added convenience of having most, if not all, of their needs in one place. However, carrying a large selection will require a lot more to sustain the business operations, such as a larger capital and, of course, larger storage in the shop. With that being said, choosing the specific products will make it easier for the business operations in its earlier stages. Moving on to the second step, searching for the appropriate supplier. Apart from identifying how sustainable and successful in the market the business would be, finding the right supplier will also be a large factor in ensuring the success of the business. Pricing, location, product quality, and many more considerations should be assessed before choosing the enterprise's supplier. On third, we have budgeting and sales forecasting. The partners will then discuss the estimated capital needed for the enterprise, which will also help them forecast the potential profit which will be earned in the first few years of the business's operations. The fourth is analyzing competitors' products and pricing. It's important to analyze market competitors to help better manage price and overall business. Being aware of the competitor's positioning will make sure that CityMed Enterprises can properly price its products to be competitive in the market, but also still in line with the company's mission.
So for the control part in our presentation, customer feedback will be monitored through social media in order to assess what the business needs to improve. Product stocks will be tracked in order to avoid shortage of goods. So for our retail experience, I'm currently investing my time and money in a business that I run alongside with my best friend from high school. Wherein we would sell stickers which we bought online for a lesser price and at a fair price to the market while we sell it through direct selling approach and social media store platform. We made it a semi-retail type store wherein customers do not have to go out to the mall to purchase these products. However, it is impossible to find our products in a mall because our stickers are rare and quality finds, sometimes even limited editions. I believe that our stickers provide good quality and are always ready to use. We also accept wholesalers if our stocks are abundant, but for now, we're just focusing on retailing our products so our consumers can enjoy and spread the word of mouth about our local business. So my plan in retailing has just begun, and I believe that I can earn decent money from this and enjoy it at the same time. So my goal is to sell sneakers that are made to use right away for direct consumers instead of focusing on marketing and marketing it on wholesalers, collectors, and hoarders. That's it for me.
For my total retail experience, my family is in the service industry, which gives me an idea about starting up a small business. So there are multiple factors to take into consideration as well as challenges that the business may face. With the retail business my groupmates and I made, we have applied our knowledge and learnings from the course we took up. Although we started the plan behind the time frame given, we have successfully made it to this part, which is completing our strategic retail plan. My total experience in selling some of the products mentioned in our study, in our paper, is really a great one since we experienced controlling the distribution, logistics, and process along the way. So in the future, I might want to dive deeper into retailing since this gives me a great experience into the world of business. Critical thinking and strategic plans should really be incorporated in order to thrive in the business world. With this memorable experience, I've got a glimpse of how retailing works.
The initial planning process for the retail plan gave my groupmates and I the opportunity to fully utilize what we've learned in this retail management course. Given that there are several things to consider when planning to start up a business, such as market analysis, which businesses to start, and of course, overall capacities to make sure that the business established will be sustainable and successful. Our collaborative efforts were fruitful despite not having the opportunity to apply the proposed retail plan due to geographical constraints and limitations caused by the pandemic. We all agree that after this output, we are all more confident in starting up our own retail business in the near future. As for my personal plans, given that my family has been in the retail business and have established a business in relation to services as well, I plan to take over the said businesses and improve them using what I've learned during my study as a marketing student. This will ensure that I apply what I've learned during my study and have the output to justify that I properly understood the concepts taught.
My total retail experience. Right from the start of the activity, which is the business idea conception, my groupmates and I were already able to apply what we have learned from our previous lesson in this subject. We gathered information on what products to sell and we identified and tried to understand the buying behavior of the consumers of the products. After the identification of what business to take on, the process of establishing the business began, such as doing situational analysis, SWOT analysis, and etc. Furthermore, the different environments, namely consumer environment and technological environment, were also identified, as well as what opportunities or threats might they bring to our business. After gathering all the said information and analyzing them, Our group then decided on what specific actions to take on in order to achieve the objectives that were created in the beginning of the activity. My total retail experience regarding this activity is quite challenging. It was a bumpy road. Although, I had a lot of learnings as we went on with our strategic retail plan report. I got to experience the other side of the business, which is being the seller, because most of the time, I only get to experience being the customer and the consumer. The activity encouraged me to think creatively and widely. I realized that there are so many opportunities in the retailing world. That is why, in the future, I plan to cross paths with retailing business once again in order to apply what I have learned as a student in this subject, as well as acquire new knowledge and skills, hopefully through experience in the real world of the retailing business.